Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Signs of Life. This is a game I've been looking at off and on. It's been in development for quite some time. I've had access to it. It's early access game right now on Steam, and I've been playing it off and on, trying to get used to it. It has some quirks right now, so I've been trying to figure my way through and as much as possible. But I thought I thought I'd start a little mini series, maybe. I'm not even sure it's going to be that. It's going to be kind of one-off videos as I feel like doing them, as far as it goes with this particular game, since it is still very early in its development. And honestly, the reason I'm jumping into this right now is because the Minecraft server is down at the moment. So I've been trying to, so I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys something that is very similar to Minecraft. It's very similar to Terraria, very similar to Starbound, but slightly, ever so slightly different, another take on it, if you will. So let us jump in and create a new character here. And I've done a few off camera, so I'm a little bit familiar with how I need to do things, kind of, sort of. Let's go with the curly hair. We'll go brown like that. That's good. A little bit paler skin color. Facial hair. Yes, the Borland is good. Pants. Those look kind of cool, I guess. we could go with the short shorts if we want to. And that shirt looks kind of cool. And oh yes, we need the pink slippers. That fits. That makes the entire outfit right there. All right, let's jump in. It's going to go and generate a map for us. So, like I said, this is a 2D side-scrolling survival game. It has sci-fi elements, lots of sci-fi elements in it. It's very much very, very similar to Starbound, except you're stuck on one planet as far as I can see, as far as I've gotten anyway. And it takes a lot of liberties from both, Minecraft and Terraria and various other games of that nature. As you can see, we are in an escape pod. We've just launched from our ship, and because our ship, the story is our ship was under attack, and we are the sole survivor right now, and we need to find a place to land somewhere nice. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do here because our batteries are dead. All right, very good. And this is Aegis. This is my basically Tamagotchi pet, if you will. Pretty much, it's the AI. It's a little bit. He'll help me out with crafting recipes and various other things. Let's see. You seem to be alive. Check. You don't seem to have any brain damage, but let's just say I can't rule it out. I'll just write probably fine. Looks like you have your standard issue multifunction tool, or MEG tool. This will be very useful. Although the lens cracked, it was probably damaged during that one time when we were attacked by hostile aliens and then boarded an escape pod and escaped to an alien planet. Your fingers don't look broken, so you should still be able to switch between items by pressing the appropriate button on your HUD and scrolling through them with the mouse wheel. All kinds of stuff's going on out here. All kinds of stuff. A tree just grew, everything. And tab is for your inventory and a few other things here. I'm reading a weak signal from the Pioneer Station. Can't quite make it out, but it's either a distress beacon or a warning to stay away. Hope that helps. All right, and here's my guy. See, the movement is quite. I guess his head moves around. He bends over. There's a lot of frames of animation there. We've got our survival kit here for the most part. The one complaint that you'll see the most or hear the most from me here is there's no like shift clicking or anything like that to move stuff. It's all drag and drop. There's also no There's also no grid, like inventory grid. You can just kind of throw things in here and hope that they're actually in your bag, which generally they are. But it's you can sort things, so just like I did there, and it will relatively sort them pretty well. But it's I guess it's mostly an aesthetic thing. I'm going to move this over into the center because I can barely see it with my microphone in the way there. But you know, everything can be dragged and dropped from what I can tell around the screen here. This is my tab inventory, so I can just use tab to get into it. We've got a bag here, an excavator pouch. This will automatically collect minerals and ores and rocks and whatever and put them in there. So it's a nice sorting thing. Think of, if you've ever played the forestry mod in Minecraft, there's a bunch of pouches just like that in here where that I can craft eventually once I get the resources. And they all do very similar things to what the forestry mod did with all the bags of holding. Like this one takes all, you know, dirt and other materials, building materials, and another one just takes foraging materials and so on and so forth, just to keep your inventory relatively sorted here. So we've got a flare gun, which I will equip, sort of. There's also our 9mm, as you can see up on the top right hand corner here, the number 3 with that. And we've got a data pad here. So you've been stranded, issue 1, the first 24 hours. I'm not going to read all of this, but basically it just go through and says, you know, dig a hole, try to survive. The Meg tool is your lifesaver. Signals, all kinds of stuff. Once you're out of range of the ship, your AI companion is a bit loopy, so on and so forth. Not going to go into too much of that. What you don't see right now is all the other menus here. So first of all, we've got our ragdoll right here on our equipment menu, which I'll move just slightly over here. You can see our ragdoll, what we're wearing, and everything else. Don't need that open that much. We've got our stomach over on the left-hand side here. As long as you aren't starving, you will have a buff that gives you a slight health regen over time, blah, blah, blah. This doesn't seem to actually, even though I'm apparently starving here, this doesn't seem to actually take any health away, which is very good because it never really tells you when you are or aren't starving until you actually go into your tab menu here. This is our Meg tool, so we can upgrade this as we go along to get additional functionality, additional abilities out of it. We have a crafting menu, which right now there's nothing in it because we haven't learned any crafting recipes. We learned that by actually gathering the resources needed for crafting. I'm going to leave this guy open because I will use that quite often. We also have a projects menu, and this one I'm going to put over here. This will come into use later. It's kind of a weird thing, so I'm just gonna gloss over it for a moment. And that's our backpack as well. All right, so we can get that off the screen. Up here in the right-hand top corner is our, you know, our quick items inventory type thing. But it doesn't work like you would normally expect, you know, like the hotbar of a normal game. What this does is it actually tries to organize all of your stuff into various groupings. So the number 1 key tends to be basically your digging and mining tools, or basically tools in general, go into number 1. And since I only have my Meg laser, that's all I've got right now. Number 2 is my fisticuffs right now at the moment, but it's also the weapons and various other tools go in there. 3 tends to be the heavier weapons, like your guns and your ammo for them and so on and so forth. 4 is your building slash map scanner thingy, as he's talking about right here, because I happen to do that. I don't know. This has an ore scanner in it, as you can see as I do this, and it also has this regular scan. And it gives you a little mini map, which you can barely see, and it's got, you know, stuff on it, but, you know, little blips that you get, but it's not really as useful as it might sound, unfortunately. right now. We'll get into that a little bit more later. And then 5, 6, and 7. 6, I believe, is where all the food stuff goes once I get some. So on and so forth. Let's get moving, though, before it becomes nighttime. So we'll come out here. And the hotkey I will use the most is X. That is to gather all the resources. Right now we're gathering some cotton. We also got a little bit of flint out of that. So that's good. And because we did that, we now have some crafting recipes, namely a cotton bolt we can do, which will give me, you know, is a crafting material used for other things. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell you what other things yet until you get all the materials you need for that other thing, and then suddenly it will pop up. Let's collect some fruits and berries here because we will need some food eventually. And it looks like we got some good mining territory here. This suffers from the same thing that Terraria, the 1.0 version. Ooh, I didn't know I could roll like that. How did I do that? oh, I double click. Oh, well, that's interesting. I did not know you could do that. I did it by accident. There we go. Collecting all this fruit. We'll have to cut down one of these trees as well. Probably cut down this one since it's a little bit further away from everything else. And you can see there's already some wood planks down here. We will eventually find a base here. Not necessarily a mining base, but a base. And there's some good, it looks like some coal over there, hopefully. So as I was saying, this suffers from what 1.0 version of Terraria suffered from. Namely, it's very hard to distinguish the ores and stuff and the blocks. And we'll get into that a little bit more. When they fixed that, I think in 1.1 or one of the patches of Terraria, fixed that a little bit better to where you could actually see. You know, they changed the textures in such a way that it was easier to determine, to see the difference between things. This circle here, by the way, is telling me how far my laser will reach, I believe, or how far my light will be, or something like that. Oh, we got some hide here. I don't know where that, something just died on its own. All right, so let's grab. So here's where we get into it. This right here, I don't know what it is until I actually dig it up. Okay, that's clay. So it's hard to tell, like, between clay and there's also gray bricks that you need for various crafting recipes. And like I said, I couldn't tell if this is clay or gray brick when I first dug into it until I dug into it. And that's a lot of the problem that I had with Terraria originally. And that was not, this is not, these are bones here, apparently. Although that's not a bone. What is that? That is copper. I need copper. That's very good. I'm glad to see some surface copper. The other map that I was just testing this on, I had to go pretty deep to get some actual copper. So I'm glad to see this going on here. Now, there are pickaxes and swords and all those things. I will be making those shortly. The pickaxes will help me actually get the gray stone deposits that are up here, and there's various other stone deposits around. As well as, I assume, helping me with some of the digging eventually. Though, it looks like your hand laser is really the tool that's supposed to be used for that kind of thing. And just grab a few more of these right now. We haven't found any hostile alien life forms yet. They usually do come out at nighttime, although not as many. I haven't really seen that many, to be honest with you. There are some annoyances that come out, but you can easily avoid them as long as you have some torches. And I dug out the block below that tree so that it was easier to just pull up everything needed for the tree. So we've got sticks and we got logs. We're going to need all of these things. The sticks we'll need for the campfire that we're going to want to build, and the logs for wood eventually. And then here's where he's talking about the hunter's pouch, forager's pouch, and excavator's pouch. We have an excavator's pouch, which is very good. And then the other ones we're going to want to make eventually once I get some more hides going here. So what I want to do is find a nice place to call home. It's starting to become dark, so we want to do this relatively quickly. So I think, and I'm not really going to worry about building a shelter. I want to build a shelter, but it's actually a lot harder than you might think to build one. What I really want to do is get some light on the subject here. I think we'll build something here because I've got this clay going for me. So let's dig out this tree, and we'll gather all the things here, and then I can put that dirt block back, which I think is number 5. Yeah, number 5 is your building blocks. So let's put dirt block there. Very good. And now I want to craft some things. I'm going to need to craft some things. So what we could do, I can craft a wooden board, which would be very useful. Actually, do we have tools? Yes. Can I get a saw? No, I need a copper ingot for that. But I can still craft a... Let me see where it's at here. We got wooden swords. I need patchwork helmet. It's very hard to find things in the menu too. Everything's sort of unified if you can, if you can find the stuff. You can do all like what I'm doing here. Flare, wooden bolts, luchador mask, which I can do already. Saw, fire starter. So I need a fire starter, number 1. And I have enough for that. Very good. I need a let's see, mud brick I could make, which would help me make it, or I could make gray rock, I guess. Oh, I don't have the tool. I need a hammer for that, and I don't have the materials either, apparently. Mud brick I could craft to try to make like a little wall here or something. Possibly. Where did that go? Mud brick. Mud brick, where did you go? Mud brick. Platform. Oh, all kinds of stuff is dying here. Holy crap. Can make a wooden chest as well. Mud brick, here we go. I don't have the materials for it anymore. Okay, because I didn't have enough for that. Alright, well, whatever. What I want to do, where is my... I could dig a little hole here. Actually, there's already a hole here that I could use to my advantage. So let's do that. Let's come down here and let's dig this out a bit and see if I can make do with this as my hiding hole for the minute, for the night anyway. All right, we got all that. Yes, I have a flashlight right here, which is what he was telling me about. Now, one of the I guess annoyances right now with the game is that there are cave systems that are generated, but you have to crawl through them because they're very small generations. If you want to walk through them, your character's rather tall, so it makes for a very unpleasant experience where you have to, every 5 steps, you have to dig out room for your head. So you end up having to crawl all over the place. Not the best of things. Let me see now. Do I have enough for a... Now this is where things get weird, right? I want to make a campfire. You would think that would be under the crafting menu. Unfortunately, it's not. It's under the projects menu because apparently it has to fit on a grid, on a building grid. Which honestly, I would rather. Do I have enough for it? I think I have enough for it. Honestly, I would rather this was just a unified into the crafting grid and just make it work correctly. I mean, that's the way I think of it, but I don't think I have enough. Do I not have enough resources for this campfire. I may not, because it's not letting me place it. So what am I missing here? It says materials. 38 of 12. Oh, I don't have enough gray rocks. Okay. See, this is another thing that's kind of weird. It looks like 38112, but it's actually 38 out of 12. That's a slash in the middle there, and 2 out of 7. So I need 12 sticks, and I've got 38. I need 7 gray rocks, and I only have 2, which is why it's not letting me actually do that. So let's see if we can come up here. And this is going to be interesting because I need to get in and out of this place a little bit easier than that. So let's do this. Let's grab all that stuff, and we'll grab some of this, I guess. Now I need gray rock, and that's Greystone deposit. That would help, but I don't have a pickaxe to do that. Oh, I wonder, can I craft a pick? No, I need a whatchamadoozit. I need an ingot, which I need a smelting thing. I forget what they call it in here, but it's basically a way to melt it down into ingots, the copper that I got. So let me see if I can find some gray rock around here somewhere. Possibly. I don't see much there. That thing over there that's the nuisance. That will come in and wreck your life. That's an enemy. I forget what they call it. They're basically the creepers of the game, except they don't explode. They just make your life miserable. They crawl on every surface and just and hurt you whenever they're near you. But you can keep them away with light. They don't like light. So that's the good part of it. Probably the only good part of it. Let's come over to here. Is there any gray rock in this quarry? I don't know. Is this all just... No, this is all just clay, it looks like. Oh, that's not bad. Where? Oh, yeah, we got one of these guys coming. There, he's over there. Yeah, they are a pain in the neck. Yeah, I don't know where the gray rock is. This is obviously all clay. I would have to dig down further, I think, to get to it, probably. Because I don't see any on the surface, which is a bit of a bummer. Because digging down is a bit tedious without the proper tools. As you can see, it takes a long time just to dig a little bit away. It looks like there's something down here. Yeah, you see how he hits his head like that? Yeah, it makes it a bit tedious to dig holes because your character is so large. I would kind of hope that they would, size your character back down again, or down to smaller size, because digging all this stuff out just to move around freely it does get a bit old after a while. Or at least make the caves such that you can walk through them without having to dig out too much. Now, what is this? That is sand. That is definitely not what I want. Okay. And so, does this not bode well for me if I'm looking for... Is this sand going to collapse or something? I have no idea. I haven't actually encountered any sand before in the game, so this is a first for me. Let's see what I can do here. I want to get down to some rocks. And I don't want to go above the surface for too far without... at nighttime anyway. I don't want to do that. Grab some coal. That will be useful for the smelting. All right, there we go. We got some coal out of it. We got some more sand, so maybe we can make some glass with it, I guess. It doesn't look like sand caves in, so I'm happy about that. All right, good. So what I'm going to do is let me dig down and see if I can find some stone, some gray stone, and then we will return. Okay, everybody, I'm back. It's now daytime, so I don't really need the campfire, but as you can see, I can make one, so I'm going to do it anyway, since this is going to be our temporary base for now. I don't have to light it yet, so I can at least make it, and then I can light it later. That's what the fire starter was for. You drop the fire starter, or well, you right-click on it with the fire starter, and that will allow you to start that up, but we don't need that right now. What we do need is the, I need to get enough materials together to make the, where is it at? Ah, here we go, basic smelter. Do I have enough materials? I need, what do I have? Mud bricks. So I got 1 of 20 mud bricks. I need 20 more, which I think I can craft a few. I've got enough basalt. So what happened was down here, I got down a little bit lower and there was some basalt down there, and the basalt gives you different things. It'll either give you basalt blocks or it'll give you the gray rocks that I was looking for, and I got the gray rocks from it, so that's where that's where the gray rocks came from. I can turn my flashlight off now too for a little bit, conserve some energy. When you get down low, you can see when you don't have the sun to power your stuff, your energy tends to go pretty low as you're digging, so you want to get other tools to do the digging for you. So this one I need the mud bricks for. So what do I'm sorry, the mud, what was it? Mud, oh yeah, mud brick. So where can I make that? This is mud brick tiles. I always forget what thing is under what category here. Patchwork armor, currently craft. I think it's, let's just go under all and see if I can find it here. Mud brick. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, I can make a bunch of them. So let's make 20 of those. Or maybe 22. And then we'll come over here to tools and we'll say basic smelter, and we will make that. Excellent. As you see, it goes into my inventory, and then all I have to do is go and drag and drop it onto the ground. And now I can right click on it and we'll move this out of the way. One of the things I want to note is that I'm playing this at 1080p. I was playing for a while at 720p. And the UI takes up so much room, all these different UI things, that it does get very, very cluttered to the point where you can't really see what you're trying to do. It's good that you can drag things around, but a lot of these are just really large UI treatments for things, and it gets a bit rough to try to figure out what you're doing. All right, so I need some coal here now. Is this my excavator pouch? Yep, here we go. So I got some coal, so we'll drag that over to the fuel. Not a fan of dragging and dropping either. I know that old school Minecraft did that a lot, and I was very glad when we got the shift click, where I could just hold down shift and click on something and it would go where it needed to be. The whole dragging and dropping thing is a bit old school for me, and I just don't particularly find it. I mean, it's intuitive, but at the same time, it's not really, it gets old after a while. All right, so we've got some copper ore in there. We want to make some ingots, so let's hit the bake button, and we'll use that. I'll use up the fuel that I've thrown in there, as you would expect, and then we get some ingots out of it. Something else to note, there's this little sort button here. That will also sort things into your pouches for you. So what I want to do is I want to make the forager pouch. If I can. Do I have enough? I don't have enough plant fibers, and I don't have enough hide for it. All right. So as I make some pouches, and I do that, it'll sort things better for me. So what we need to do, let's get a tool. Let's get a wooden sword. I should be able to make one of those. Indeed. All right. And now normally this will go under number 1 here, or number 2, I should say. So I click on number 2 and I scroll with my mouse wheel. You see it comes with the sword. I like to generally put this in the quick bar. So under Q there, if I did that actually work? I don't think that actually worked. They'll tell you if they can. They can be used by can I put this? I don't think it'll let me put it in the quick bar actually. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, Q and E are supposed to be quick bar items. I'm surprised that it doesn't let you do basic things like throwing swords and whatnot in there, because I can see myself swapping out the swords a lot as needed. Now let's do a little organized job here. All right. Well, it is what it is, I guess. All right. So our ingots are done, which means we can now do some newer recipes. One of them will be getting us a saw. That will be very useful. So let's craft that. And then we shall craft a... I don't have enough for a hammer. Mortar and pestle I could do. I don't really need it right now, though. And what I want is a copper pick. Yes, that's what I want. So we can craft that. You can see it took 3 materials to do. And I believe that goes under number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it does. All right. Very good. And let's just reorganize this again just so it looks somewhat presentable. Also, this has 2 saddlebags on the side here, which actually have additional chest room. I don't... It's nice. It's nice to have those things here. And I guess the lock key is to lock them too, so stuff doesn't go in there, I guess. I don't know. But it's a nice treatment. It's nice to be able to organize things. So that's very cool. I'm going to leave that fuel in that smelter there because we will need it some more later. Let's get up here and let's start killing some things so we can get some hides. We're going to need a bunch of those. There's a little bit of there's a ram over here that we can poke for some hides, maybe, or not. they are running. Let's see if I can run after them. All right, we got him. So there we go. I should have picked up some hides and stuff. I think I did. I couldn't tell. I was standing right on top of them, so hopefully that did in fact happen. Okay, good. So we got that guy. Also, it looks like we've got a area over here. I don't know if it's a mining facility or what it is. So let's get some blocks on our bar. Let's make ourselves a little path here. Get up there. There we go. And let's take a look around real fast. I don't think I can get in here. It's usually blocked off. Oops, let's get our light on. Yeah, door panel. I need a key card to use this. You might need to look for another way inside. Right. So at some point I will get key cards, and I can't mine this either because my laser's not powerful enough to do that. I don't think it's powerful enough to pick these up either yet. Nope, it's not. So we'll have to find a way in here at some point because this looks like a nice... Yeah, this is Pioneer Station. Looks like this will be a nice area to make our home in, rather than trying to build one. It's nicer than the cave that we're in. While I'm here, let's dig out some of this brownstone deposits. There we go. Very good. We got some crafting recipes for our troubles. Excellent. And what is my... Oh, my stomach is quite empty at the moment. But as you can see, it doesn't affect my energy. I want my... Oh, my sword is 2, actually. There we go. Got this guy. Picked up some raw meat. We can use that for... And we can cook that up in the smelter that we have. So we'll come back this way a bit. And let's kill this guy. Oh, wow. He just dropped over dead. Right away. And I think this is... Yeah, this should be some more coal as we need it. And so we'll come down here to where we've been making our temporary storage. Let's get our smelter back up. And let's take this raw meat and cook it up. Perhaps. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I can just craft it. I have to craft it on the fire pit is where I need to do it. It doesn't go in there. What I want is, what is this? Is this some wool? Okay, that's good. Can use that. We've got wool and we've got cotton, so we can start making some clothing for ourselves. Fire starter. Blah blah blah. Where does this go? That goes in the number 4 slot. Okay, just wanted to know. It's hard sometimes to figure out where things are going to head to until you've done them at least once. And let's dig this out while we're here. Brownstone deposit. There we go. And we might as well take this tree while we're at it, because can always use the materials. Excellent. And take all the fruit and everything else from it. We should probably eat something just for the sake of eating something, even though it's not hurting us right now. I think all those branches are going to need every branch off of that thing. So let's do that. I think that's 6, right? Yep. And we just nope, not right click. I always right click because I always think it's like Minecraft, but it's not. I have to left click to eat. And you have to kind of hold it a little bit. Sort of. Yeah, it's very weird how much you have to hold it or not hold it. Let's pick that one back up since we accidentally threw it. And I think we're good there. So like I said, there's this little mini-map thing, which is very, very strange. It doesn't really work all that well. It kind of does, and it's kind of showing me stuff, but I don't really know what it's actually showing me, and it blends in so well with the background that I can't really make heads or tails of it. Oh, here's one of these guys. He didn't leave for the night, so let's make him regret coming out at all. We'll just keep repeatedly beating him. I think he's dead now. And we got a new recipe out of him. Excellent. I will take it. And we got a greystone deposit, which I need. Let's take that. Need that for crafting recipes. I keep digging too much, pickaxing too much here, and it ends up taking up some of the ground. But it is what it is. These guys constantly get stuck on terrain, especially if they happen to spawn down below. It's pretty funky. All right, so I think let's go in here again and see if there's anything I can do. Actually, can I make some pouches? I have an excavator pouch. I need more plant material for that. Hunter pouch. I need one more of that. Leather satchel I can make. I don't really need a leather satchel though right now. Let me think. Oh, it's almost becoming nighttime. Let's kill another animal here before we get too far ahead of ourselves, and see if I can get some more raw meat out of it. Ooh, these things, they hurt a lot. But you can stab, you can poke with your right click, or left click does an overhand swipe. Oh, one of these guys just died randomly. So I can take that hide, that leather hide there. That works for me. And now I should be able to get the hunter pouch. Yep, let's craft that. And then I can resort my inventory, and that should put things in the pouch as they are able to be put in there. Wow, another tree just grew right there. That's strange. I didn't plant one there, but one just grew there again. Okay, and it's becoming nighttime, so we'll want to fire up our let's do 4 here. Campfire has plenty of fuel, thank you. Want to fire up our campfire there. Excellent. All right, well, we're doing some good things here, and I think that will just about do it for this episode of Signs of Life. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.